The Bold and the Beautiful preview video shows that Bill Spencer's marriage proposal will stun Katie Logan. A twist will follow Hope Logan and Liam Spencer's marriage ceremony, so let's talk about what's in store. B&B recently released a promo that covers Liam and Hope's wedding, but it's the last part of the video that brings a real shocker. After an amazing day, Bill suggests there's only one thing that could make it better, and drops to one knee in front of Katie. It looks like Bill will propose after all the marriage festivities wind down, so Katie should face this curveball on Friday, December 12th. Bill may ask Katie to marry him as part of this week's cliffhanger moment and leave fans wondering what her answer will be. Although Katie and Bill haven't been back together very long, she definitely seems content and all in on their reunion. There's a good chance Katie will accept Bill's proposal and end up with his ring on her finger before long. Bill was thrilled when Katie agreed to reunite and move back in the Spencer mansion. This will just make their reunion even more perfect as far as Bill's concerned, so let's hope he gets his engagement wish. Katie and Bill may soon have some good news to spread to Liam, Will Spencer, Electra Forrester, and anyone else who's rooting for them as a couple. Of course, Bill wants Katie to be his partner in all things, so it makes sense for him to want her to be his wife again. This could make it even easier for Katie to decide she belongs back at Spencer Publications as well. The more commitments Katie makes to Bill, the closer they'll get and the happier they'll be. Bill will be delighted if Katie agrees to return to Spencer and have a wonderful wedding of their own soon enough. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Katie and Bill may have a major milestone to celebrate in their relationship soon, so we'll bring you updates on what the future holds. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers reveal that we have to ask, are Liam Spencer's waffling days truly over, or is more heartbreak ahead for Hope Logan? Liam claims he's all in on a future with Hope, and certainly seems to mean it. Likewise, Hope has no doubts about cementing her reunion with Liam and moving forward as a married couple. B&B's playing it up like Hope and Liam are going to last forever, but forever is an awfully long time for a soap duo to make it work. Will Liam and Hope really have what it takes to go the distance as a pairing this time around? In an interview with TV Insider, Scott Clifton and Annika Noel weighed in with their thoughts on what's to come. Noel started by getting inside Hope's head a bit and sharing her character's way of thinking. When Hope thought she was going to lose Liam permanently, it was a wake-up call that helped bring them back together. Plus, Liam and Hope have matured a lot since the last time they were a couple. Now she believes that they have done enough growing in this time apart from each other to where she feels like, okay, as two adults, we can look at each other and make these promises and hopefully stick to them, Noel said. As for Clifton, he has faith that Hope and Liam could make things last. Although Clifton couldn't answer the question of whether they actually will or not, he insisted on some level he's convinced himself that these characters can actually pull this off this time, and it can work for them. Naturally, it'd be a mistake to forget that Liam and Hope live in the world of daytime dramas, where things often go wrong and betrayals are easy to commit. There's no guarantee that Hope and Liam's future is set in stone, especially if the show ever needs to break them up for the sake of a storyline. At the same time, this is a soap opera, so, well, light a candle and say a prayer, Noel admitted. That said, Steffy Forrester Finnegan and Steffy Forrester Finnegan have proven it's possible for a couple to survive challenge after challenge and avoid divorce. Maybe Liam and Hope will start falling into that category now. It'd be nice if Liam could finally ditch his days of waffling and avoid breaking Hope's heart. Of course, Hope's made mistakes of her own, so let's hope she can stay devoted to Liam while he does the same. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Liam and Hope will try to keep their vows this time, so stay tuned for updates on whether good news is ahead for their marriage. The big day has arrived on The Bold and the Beautiful, and Hope and Liam are ready to walk down a living room aisle and get married again. This is the fourth time the couple has wed, but this time the two actors who portray the star-crossed pair think they'll get it right. When Hope and Liam divorced in 2003, Hope was free to sow her proverbial wild oats. In fact, Hope's desire to do just that was the reason for the split. She couldn't contain her attraction to Thomas Forrester any longer and kissed him in front of the Roman Colosseum, not knowing that Liam was witnessing the whole scene. When she returned home and Liam revealed what he had seen, their marriage was over and Hope was free to be with Thomas. However, Thomas wanted too much too soon. After wearing his engagement ring around her neck for a few months, Thomas finally realized he was better off leaving town, which left Hope open for another romance. Carter and Hope seemed ill-conceived from the start, and thankfully, the bold and the beautiful realized that and broke off that engagement soon after it began. Carter knew that Hope's heart was with Liam, especially after she thought he was dying and she'd lose him. With Liam now a picture of health, it's time to walk down the aisle again. One thing that Scott Clifton did not want was a redux of the same Hope, Liam, Steffi triangle that had been playing out for well over a decade. I was worried that it was going to look like, the minute we find out Liam's okay, he's going to get married to Hope, and it's going to be the same thing, and it's going to look like there was no lesson learned, Clifton told TV Insider. But then the way it was handled, it really felt like Liam and Hope were getting married in a way that was a tribute to their history, rather than getting married and having to sweep their history under the rug. Annika Noel has high hopes that Hope and Liam have both matured enough to get it right this time. She's been engaged twice since she and Liam got divorced. Not to mention her fashion line has faced a lot of adversity, as well as within her family life, and she's really seeking some stability in her life, Noel said. And I think with this health scare, she and Liam have both reevaluated a lot of things and what they meant to each other in their lives, and almost losing him kind of woke Hope up a little bit. Now she believes that they have done enough growing in this time apart from each other to where she feels like, okay, as two adults, we can look at each other and make these promises and hopefully stick to them. But they ain't. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for the week of December 15th suggest some twists. Fans can expect Donna Logan Forrester to deal with the situation. Deacon Sharp is going to blow up after getting an update from Taylor Hayes. Plus, there will be some drama following Hope Logan and Liam Spencer's wedding. Keep reading, and let's talk about what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. Let's start off with Hope and Liam, who are getting married. Right now, it looks like the wedding will go smoothly. Hope is just starting to walk down the aisle. There was also mention of security, so they don't get interrupted by the media. However, the media could be the least of their problems. When next week rolls around, we could see a married Hope and Liam. But the couple is facing some shockers at their reception. As for Sheila Carter Sharp, the woman could crash Hope and Liam's wedding. Right now, it seems that Taylor is trying to keep Sheila calm and stop her from crashing the big event. If Sheila follows through with the plan, Deacon will never forgive her. That could mean the end of Sheila's Reformation storyline. If Sheila doesn't crash the wedding, Deacon will likely still find out about it from Taylor. So either way, Sheila is going to lose in this situation. It could also lead to Deacon totally blowing up. After all, the wedding was an important event for Hope, Liam, and Deacon as well. It was his first time walking his daughter down the aisle. It could just push Deacon to leave Sheila for good and get together with Taylor. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for next week reveal that Donna might continue to worry about Eric Forrester. That could lead to some alarming dreams for Donna. The woman will want Eric and Ridge Forrester to make up while they still can. Of course, Donna also knows how much designing means to Eric. At the same time, she doesn't want a repeat of his death storyline. As for Katie Logan, she just might jump ship. Bill Spencer has made her an offer. Considering Ridge was dismissive of all her ideas and hired a PR firm behind her back, she could leave Forrester Creations for Spencer Publications. So stay tuned. Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most during the week of December 15th, 2025? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Keep watching the soap on CBS or Paramount Plus to find out what happens next. The Bold and the Beautiful recap is finally in for Wednesday, December 10th, 2025. In today's episode, Taylor Hayes issues a warning. Ridge Forrester has regret. Plus, Deacon Sharp approves of Liam Spencer. Douglas Forrester, Kelly Spencer, and Beth Spencer gather around Hope Logan and Liam. They are really going to do it in this room. The wedding, they mean. Hope is so excited that Douglas came from Paris to attend the wedding. It's just going to be for the day, Hope says. Hope and Douglas's bond is still tight, it seems. Douglas is really happy for Lope. Liam and Hope say that the wedding isn't just about them, it's about the kids too. Now Hope has to get ready. Hope is nervous. Where is her mother? Liam assures her that once Brooke Logan Forrester arrives, he'll send her to the bride. Douglas and Bill Spencer greet each other. Bill is really good with kids. Will Spencer and Electra Forrester come in next? Will talks about his beautiful nieces. He's so sweet. Will greets Douglas. Then, Will joins Liam and Bill to talk about the big day. At the office, Ridge stares at family photos. Brooke enters. She came to pick up her dress and had to get to help Hope. Ridge isn't attending, but he sends his best to the couple. Brooke will relay the message. Steffi Forrester Finnegan comes in and wonders why her dad isn't at the wedding. The man says he's avoiding Bill. Steffi brings up that Sheila Carter Sharp was banned. The topic turns to Eric Forrester. Ridge hasn't spoken to his dad since the retirement party chaos. Sheila barges into Taylor's office at the hospital. The waitress rambles about not being invited to the wedding and being a changed woman. Taylor mentions that she shouldn't be surprised. Sheila even saved Steffi and Kelly's lives, and it did nothing. Taylor tells her not to crash the wedding. Deacon wants a minute to talk to Liam. People get nervous, but Deacon just shakes Liam's hand. Wyatt Spencer sent a message. He can't make it to the wedding. Brooke finally arrives. Meanwhile, Deacon and Liam talk about how this is going to be the last wedding. Liam won't let Hope slip away again. It's time for Hope to begin walking down the aisle. Beth asks her mom if she's ready to get married. With a smile, Hope confidently says, "Yes, I am." The bold and the beautiful spoilers say that this certainly would disrupt the system in more ways than one. Clearly, we are talking about the possibility of Thomas Forrester returning to this fictional town of Los Angeles, just so he could romance Sally Spectra. The bold and the beautiful spoilers indicate there's a chance that Sally might come back if Eric Forrester calls her to help him start his new fashion house. As many fans of the show are aware of by now, Ridge Forrester is doing everything he can to push his father out the door so he can be in complete control of Forrester Creations. That's why there's a chance that Eric might bring Sally back, which of course will bring Thomas Forrester back in the fold. And while there's no doubt that Thomas loves his father Ridge very much, he's more likely to side with his grandfather Eric, especially after he sees the injustice that he's been dealing with at Forrester Creations. This entire storyline might even bring Sally and Thomas back together again. And while that shouldn't become a problem for anyone, it will. Because if there's anything that we've learned about the Logan sisters, and especially Hope Logan, it's that they always want what they can't have. This new fashion house is going to make an impact on just about everyone. Now, whether or not Thomas actually comes back home from Paris remains to be seen, but seeing how his family really needs him right now, there's a good chance that he'll be back sooner rather than later. Watch this space for more. It goes without saying that the bold and the beautiful fans will simply have to tune in each and every day to find out what will happen next. B&B airs weekdays on the CBS network. Check your local listings for times. In the meantime, drop us a line with your thoughts in our comments section below. The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers for Thursday, December 11th, 2025, reveal Hope, walking down the aisle to marry a man she has married multiple times before. Liam Spencer and Hope Logan make it official again, and thanks to Taylor, they apparently dodge a bit of a bullet in the form of someone who likes to shoot bullets. The Forresters, Logans, and Spencers are on hand to watch Liam and Hope wed. Even Douglas Forrester flew in from Paris for the big, momentous event. But where is his father, Thomas Forrester? That means it's also time for the mother of the bride and the father of the groom to make speeches. So former spouses Brooke Logan and Dollar Bill Spencer practice theirs. We also see some tender moments between Eric Forrester and Ridge Forrester after some contentious moments over the last week. With the backdrop of a wedding behind them, Ridge tells Eric that he taught him everything he knows and that he'd be nothing without him. With all of that going on, Hope and Liam manage to say, "I do." But how will the reception go with the person they snubbed fuming to Taylor? Sheila Carter still can't believe that she wasn't invited to Hope and Liam's wedding. Deacon Sharp didn't even tell her that it's because Beth Spencer is afraid of her and didn't want her to be there. Sheila laments her hurt to Taylor Hayes and even starts to alarm Taylor with how adamant she is about how she's been wronged. Sheila sees herself as a changed woman, and she doesn't know how others can't see that. Sheila also wants to be friends with Taylor, but Taylor puts a stop to that right away. Taylor tells Sheila that they can't be friends because Taylor is Deacon's therapist, and it would be a conflict of interest. Does Sheila find that statement to be curious? On the Wednesday, December 10th, 2025, episode of The Bold and the Beautiful, Sheila demanded that Taylor listen to her problems, and Hope and Liam's wedding officially kicked off. In the CEO's office, Brooke stopped by and asked Ridge to reconsider not attending the wedding. He asked her to give the happy couple his best, and she let him help her daughter finish getting ready. Steffi was surprised to see her father absent from the wedding and asked why he didn't go. Ridge didn't want to encounter Bill, so this was the best way to avoid him. Ridge commented that the wedding had been a long time coming, and luckily for Steffi, her daughter approved. Steffi herself found peace with the wedding. All she wanted was for Liam to be happy. She also remarked that Sheila wasn't invited to the wedding. Steffi also asked if Ridge had had any correspondence with Eric since the retirement party. However, Ridge hadn't spoken to him. Despite thinking it was a good move to push him into retirement, it backfired. Eric wanted more control over his own destiny. Ridge didn't want Eric to feel like he didn't matter. Sheila barged into Taylor's office, demanded advice, and refused to take no for an answer. She assumed Sheila was ranting about Hope and Liam's wedding, and Sheila was irritated that she was excluded from the event. She understood that people didn't like her, but she didn't understand how the bride's stepmother could be left off the guest list. Sheila tried to explain to Taylor that she truly had changed. She wanted a chance to show everyone that she had made genuine strides toward being a better person as Sheila Sharp. The evil persona of Sheila Carter was in her past, but feeling excluded brought some of that back. She knew that Deacon couldn't skip Hope's wedding on her account. Still, it hurt. Sheila wished she could have entered the ceremony on Deacon's arm and proved to everyone her place in his family's life. Taylor pointed out that being excluded shouldn't have come as a shock. Somehow, though, Sheila felt completely blindsided. She believed that nearly dying while saving Steffi from Luna would have been enough for people to give her another chance. Taylor begged Sheila to stay away from the wedding, which was in her and everyone in attendance's best interest. Douglas returned to Los Angeles to celebrate Hope and Liam's wedding. They were elated to have him back, and Kelly called Hope a beautiful bridge. They reminded the three kids that their reunion was all about them. Hope left the kids with Liam so she could finish getting ready for the ceremony. The kids seemed to think that Hope and Liam were back together. Bill greeted Liam and the kids, and he couldn't believe how much Douglas had grown. Will and Electra were the next to arrive, and Bill pointed out how all of the Spencer men were in love with fabulous women. It was Liam's big day, and Bill reminded him that the family was thrilled for him. Deacon and Deke arrived shortly after, and the father of the bride needed to speak to Liam. He offered Bill a handshake, and Liam realized that Deacon was only kidding. Deacon noticed that Liam was a bit nervous, and when he spoke with him, Liam said he would never let Hope down again. He valued this new chance at their love as he had never before. Liam told Bill that Wyatt reached out, and he wished his brother had been able to attend. Bill wished Hope and Liam good fortune in the future and expressed his love for his son. Hope was joined upstairs by the three Logan sisters, and all, especially Brooke, couldn't wait to see her and Liam once again united in holy matrimony. The ladies took a slew of photos to document the occasion. Donna told Hope she looked stunning and that, if she ever had a daughter, she would want her to emulate Hope. Katie seconded the notion and called Liam a lucky guy. Donna and Katie told Hope how they all secretly wished that she and Liam would eventually find their way back to each other. After the waterworks came to an end, it was time to finally get the bride into her dress. Downstairs, the guests took their seats, and Liam thanked Beth for making the occasion special for everyone involved. Deacon locked eyes with his daughter, and it was obvious how grateful he was to walk Hope down the aisle. He signaled for the music to begin, and everyone arose. Liam looked emotional as the ceremony officially got underway. Beth asked, "Are you ready to get married?" The bold and the beautiful spoilers hint that Will Spencer's company exit may rock Electra Forrester. Is Will going to quit Forrester Creations and grant Bill Spencer's wish for his son to join Spencer Publications? B&B fans know Bill is on a roll right now when it comes to getting what he wants. The threat of Luna Nozawa is gone, and Katie Logan is back in Bill's arms, so Bill's feeling good about his family's future. Of course, Bill is also hopeful that both Will and Katie will ultimately join him at Spencer Publications. Considering how fed up Katie's become at Forrester Creations lately, she seems like she's on the verge of caving in. It may not be long until Katie's back at Spencer, so that'll be another victory for Bill. If Will lands at Spencer too, then Bill will keep this streak of positive outcomes going strong. There's nothing Bill would love more than for Will to take his rightful place in the family business. It would warm Bill's heart to see Will pitching in alongside Liam Spencer on a daily basis. However, luring Will away from Forrester Creations could be tough for a couple different reasons. Between Will's promotion and the fact that Elektra also works at Forrester, Will's going to have two great reasons to stay. That means Bill may have to work extra hard on his pitch to make sure Will sees the value of abandoning ship. Perhaps Bill can play up Ridge Forrester and Brooke Logan's hurtful treatment of Katie as part of his proposal. Katie might help Bill get Will on board in the end. Once Katie decides Spencer is the way to go, she may work to convince Will that they should all be part of Bill's team. If Will eventually goes along with making the move from Forrester to Spencer, he'll have to give Elektra updates on that huge news. It could throw Elektra for a loop and leave her feeling disappointed that they won't be working in the same building anymore. Elektra may support whatever Will decides, but this could lead to some new drama for the couple to tackle together. The bold and the beautiful spoilers suggest Bill might get 2 employee wishes granted if both Katie and Will embrace a future at Spencer Publications, so stay tuned.